Welcome to Stony Brook University Preview Week. We're happy that you've joined us for today's presentation, Hip Hop's Transformation. I'm one of your hosts, Amanda Mills, Assistant Director of Admissions. Today's presentation is being recorded and will be available for viewing on the Admission YouTube page. Also joining me from Admissions is Ryan Donnelly, who will be monitoring the Q&A during the presentation with me. Please feel free to use the Q&A to ask questions for our presenter, and we'll save time at the end to answer them. You can find the Q&A at the bottom of the Zoom webinar screen. Now, please join me in welcoming our guest, Dr. Kevin Holt, Assistant Professor, Critical Music Studies.
All right, thank you. I paused for the imaginary applause in my head. All right, so welcome everybody. I'd like to, start off today by sharing a little bit about a course that I teach here called The Music and Culture of Hip Hop. So I'm going to share a screen so that we can go through a presentation. And also I welcome any questions afterwards. And I'll go on and get started. So this is a brief, very brief introduction to the music and culture of hip hop. The course I teach goes into depth with many of the things that we're gonna just sort of run through. But I think this presentation will offer some insight into the types of things that I teach in that course. So the course number is Music 306, the music culture of hip hop, and some of the things that we learn are hip hop history, the musical elements that make up hip hop aesthetics, the social and political context of hip hop, and how we navigate various identities through hip hop. By that I mean discussions of race, gender, sexuality, class, place, nation, etc. And we extend that to discussions of how hip hop manifests worldwide. So I know that I can't ask you directly, but I want you to imagine, what comes to mind when you think of early hip hop. A lot of people, when I bring up the idea of old school hip hop, have a very specific type of image in mind. And normally it's more in line with folks like Biggie Smalls and Tupac. But the earliest recordings of hip hop had a very different type of approach or aesthetic. So I'm going to play a little bit of Sugar Hill Gang's Rapper's Delight. This is widely regarded as the first hip hop record, certainly the first commercial success. So let's just watch this and listen to the sound of this. There we go.
Here's Wonder Mike, Hank, and Master G, the Sugar Hill Gang. The hip, how you don't stop. Rock it out, baby, rubber to the boogity bang bang, the boogie to the boogity beat. Now what you hear is not a test, I'm rapping to the beat. And me, the groove, and my friends are gonna try to move your feet. You see, I am Wonder Mike, and I like to say hello. Up to the black, to the white, the red, and the brown, and the purple, and yellow. But first, I gotta bang, bang, the boogie to the boogie. Say up, jump the boogie to the bang, bang, boogie. Let's rock. You don't stop, rock the rhythm that'll make your body rock. Well, so far you've heard my voice, but I brought two friends along. And next on the mic is my man Hank. Come on, Hank, sing that song. Check it.
Right, so much more disco than a lot of people imagine with early hip hop. I also want to bring up this other group, The Sequence. I'm bringing them in part because usually when people ask about or kind of imagine early hip hop, they imagine the things that men were doing. So I think it's important to point out that that very same year, 1979, The Sequence was a group of women who were engaging in hip hop from the same label as well. So let's play a little of this to just get their sound in our ears.
Don't you give up, I keep going, I keep going, I keep going. Don't you give up, I keep going, I keep going, I keep going. Don't you give up, I keep going, I keep going, I keep going. Don't you give up, I keep going, I keep going, I keep going. My name is Gwen, but they call me Blondie. I'm better known as the one and only. I'm
sorry for the abrupt pause, but these songs are long. The Rapper's Delight is like 16 minutes long. This song is also very long, which is another thing that changed over time. So those were some of the first recordings, but hip hop history actually goes before that. So probably about 10 years before that. The original hip hop scene starts in the Bronx in the 1970s. And there's a lot that's happening there at that time. So we are right after the civil rights movement and a lot of civil unrest related to equal rights around race. And, you know, the country is in this kind of in-between space where it's just newly been determined that you can no longer legislate the unequal treatment of people of color, but we haven't quite established the difference between the new time and the old time. And this moment winds up being uniquely vulnerable for the Bronx. So in addition to the Bronx being this region of New York City with lots of vulnerable, poor and working class communities of color, you had unscrupulous landlords who were taking advantage of the fact that the people who lived in the area were somewhat neglected. So something that happened very, very frequently was that you'd have slumlords who would kind of squeeze money out of communities, and once tenants were kind of bled dry, their buildings would be burned down mysteriously. And so there were lots of areas in the Bronx that were really, really in shambles. We also had we also had the formation of projects to connect the city of Manhattan to New Jersey and Connecticut, by way of building new highways, but that often entailed running right through and destroying many of these neighborhoods. So why is that important for hip hop? Well, the people who were living there, especially the youth, would pour their creative energy into creating street parties. And that's where it starts. You had people who had at this point, antiquated recording technology or music playback technology, like turntables, what we know as turntables, but record players, who would go out into the streets, who would use whatever means they had available to them, including, wiring electricity from the street grid, right, from the street lights, and having parties in the streets. And that's where we start to have people beginning to experiment with emceeing. That's when we had the rise of DJ cultures, and that's when we had crews kind of coming together under the newly evolving hip hop aesthetics. We also had an important gesture in graffiti, right? So one of the things that was very, let's say, very prominent, very forward in all these things that were happening in the Bronx was a sense of, let's say, a challenge to ownership. It's very possible that you had families that were in some of these communities who had been there for generations, but they couldn't control whether or not the building got burned down for somebody else's benefit, for the insurance, or they were kind of ushered in and out of spaces. So you had graffiti artists who would create, these beautifully intricate tags that were essentially a gesture in saying that we are here and we have some sort of ownership. So you can modify things that you own. And the image we have here are some tags that were on New York City subway cars, right? So that became an important gesture, an important part of hip hop. So just as in the way that people were kind of claiming space with sound, they were also doing so visually. This is another sadly gone monument. So this was known as 5 Points. It was a location in Queens where kind of a rite of passage was to go to this location and, you know, add some art. But very recently, the official owners of the building had all of the paint removed and transformed it into condos. Adding insult to injury, they retained the name 5 Points, but the artist successfully sued, but it's still, you know, a troubling thing that this was lost and fairly recently. Oh, I clicked too fast. So, you know, as you can kind of pick up from those earlier two songs, Rapper's Delight and The Sequence, a lot of the early recorded hip hop was really kind of about partying. Partying in that context had, let's say, was a way that people can kind of push back against the exhaustion of dealing with those mundane experiences that were happening in the Bronx and elsewhere. But very shortly after that came the idea that hip hop should have a political message. And one of the first songs to really center a specific political message without, let's say, having to read between the lines and look at the audacity to even make music in this style was Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, The Message. So I'm going to play a little bit of this so that, again, we can have it in our ears.
It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
Broken glass everywhere, people on the stage, you know they just don't care. I can't take the smell, can't take the noise. Got no money to move out, I guess I got no choice. Rats in the front room, roaches in the back, junkies in the alley with the baseball bat. I tried to get away, but I couldn't get far, cause a man with the tow truck repossessed my car. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
Yeah, and it sort of laid down the foundation for what would be known as conscious music, or music that offers a particular, or hip hop music that would offer a kind of commentary, social commentary in an explicit way, but also speak towards something, let's say, aspirational, what people are hoping for, not just what people are experiencing. Also very important in the 1980s, we have our first hip hop superstars and people branching into marketing hip hop styles. So I brought in Run DMC. They are probably one of the main reasons why you have rappers with their own shoe today. So way back when, they had a song called My Adidas, which they just made because they liked Adidas. And then they wound up endorsing it. But by the mid 1980s, there was a dress, a style that was associated with hip hop. And even though they kind of got called out a little bit, they identified as b-boys, but b-boying is a type of dance that happened on the original hip hop scene. They weren't dancers, but they spoke to kind of an entire hip hop aesthetic, you know, something that could be kind of marketed and sold beyond just, you know, albums and CDs. So I mentioned that the message kind of establishes hip hop as political, or as something that can be read as political, but even that branches off in a couple of ways. So one of the ways is sometimes referred to as reality rap. reality rap, which kind of lays down the foundations for gangster rap coming down the line, is defined by rappers who use the platform of hip hop to talk about the gritty, the ugly, the realities of what it means to be navigating a community that's left, that's neglected socioeconomically. So this became an important voice for bringing attention to the issues, especially of the people who are poor working class people of color, right? So I'm gonna play a little bit of NWA Straight Outta Compton, because this is one of the songs that really signaled that shift into really being frank about the dangers and the violences that were happening in poor Black communities.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
Straight out of Compton is a crazy brother named Ice Cube. From the stupid dope gang with an attitude. When I'm caught off, I got a sword off. Kick knowledge and bodies all hauled off. You too, boy, if you get with me. The police are gonna have to come and get me off your back. That's how I'm going out. For the sucker duck brothers that's showing out. Some start to mumble, they wanna rumble. Mix 'em and cook 'em in a pot like gumbo. Going off on everybody like that. With bass, that's dropping in your face. So give it up, spool. Ain't no telling when I'm down for a jack move. Here's a murder act to keep you dancing. With a crime record like Charles Manson. Yo, Trey, what's the sound of my tool? Now you know that I'm about to act a fool. Me and you can go toe to toe, no mate. I'm knocking suckers out the box daily. Yo, weekly, monthly, and yearly. Until the whole damn world see clearly that I'm down with the capital CBT. Boy, you can't step to me.
For those of you who are more who have a more intimate knowledge with that song, you'll notice that I'm using the censored version, specifically because I don't know if anybody signed up for something not censored. So I'm trying to be polite. But yeah, so we have the rise of gangster rap coming after that, right? So lots of artists kind of feed into this, and by the mid 1990s, gangster rap was almost equivalent to what people thought of in relationship to hip hop. And I'll say it also led to a significant blur between creating art that was frank about experiences of violence and sort of played into imagined constructions of violence, as we might see in action films, and a blur between that and the real lived experiences. So not everybody sort of went through this unscathed, but I want to be clear that the rise of gangster rap very likely did not cause those issues. It responded to those issues. Something I get into much more in the class. We also, at the same time, have the other side of the coin. So leaning into constructing a political message in hip hop that sort of lean more into an aspirational, or as in, instead of talking about the hardship of how things are, focusing on the hopes for what they could be in the future. So I'll play a little bit of Nas and Miss Lauryn Hill on If I Ruled the World. Imagine that.
I wonder, will it take me under? I don't know. Imagine smoking weed in the street without cops harassing. Imagine going to court with no trial. Lifestyle cruising blue Bahama waters. No welfare supporters. More conscious of the way we raise our daughters. Days are shorter, nights are colder. Feeling like life is over. These snakes strike like a cobra. The world's hot, my son got knocked. Evidently, it's elementary. They want us all gone eventually. Trooping out of state for a plate. Knowledge, if it was cooked without the garbage, we'd all have the top dollars. Imagine everybody flashing. Fashion, designer clothes. Lacing your click up with diamond rolls. Your people holding dough, no parole, no rubbers. Going raw, imagine law with no undercovers. Just some thoughts for the mind. I take a glimpse into time, watch the blimp read, the world is mine.
If I rule the world,
Imagine that.
I free all my sons. I love them, baby. Black diamonds and pearls.
Could it be? If you could be mine, we both shine.
If I rule the world,
Still living for today, in these last days until we
And I also want to bring attention to the fact that there, around this time, we have explicit feminist voices coming from hip hop. So there were lots of iterations of political interventions happening in hip hop at this time, or throughout hip hop, really. But I'd be remiss if I didn't call attention to this specifically because by this point, folks were already associating hip hop with discussions of masculinity. So it was really important that people like Queen Latifah, Monie Love, Salt and Pepper, JJ Fad, Roxanne Shante kind of pulled that discussion back and highlighted that they were using hip hop to express not just experiences that are not defined by masculinity, but that were actively in political discourse and sort of supporting women.
ladies first, ladies first. Ooh, ladies first, ladies first. Ooh, ladies first, ladies first. Ooh, ladies first, ladies first.
The ladies will kick it, the rhyme it is wicked. Those that don't know how to be pros get evicted. A woman could bear you, break you, take you. Now it's time to rhyme. Can you relate to a sister dope enough to make you holler and scream?
Hey, yo, let me take it from here, queen. Excuse me, but I think I'm about due to get into precisely what I am about to do. I'm conversating to the folks who have no whatsoever clue. So listen very carefully as I break it down for you. Merrily, 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 hyper, happy, overjoyed. Please, will all the beats and rhymes my sisters have employed. Look, soon throwing down the sound, totally a yes. Let me state the position. Ladies first, yes?
Yes.
All right, so ladies first. By the way, if you hear something you like, I encourage you to go listen to the whole song. But also the party, right? So, you know, even though there is often this kind of duality of talking about conscious rap versus reality rap, I think it's important to note that one of the important things from hip hop in its earliest scene and ongoing was music that made people move. There is nothing that people have gone through, you know, socioeconomically or historically, politically, where there were no spaces for things like creativity or kind of putting energy into thinking through joy or thinking through survival on the other side through joy and fun, things of those nature. So there were a million songs I could have picked for this one, but I chose Outkast's Rosa Parks in part because something else that happened during this time was the establishment of Southern hip hop in the public imagination. And this kind of encompasses a lot of that. So I'm gonna play a little bit of some old school Outkast on Rosa Parks.
The type of people make the club get full. Many a day has passed, the night has gone by, but still I find the time to put that bomb off in your eye. Total chaos, but these playoffs thought we was absent. We're taking another route to represent the Dungeon family like grade A. Me and my decide to take the back way. We stabbing every city, then we headed to that back cave. ATL, Georgia, what do we do for ya? Bulldog and like them Georgetown Hawkins. Boy, you signed the silly thing, my room and sitting pretty, doing donuts while you suckers like them circles around. Damn, we the committee, gon' burn it down, but us gon' bust you in the mouth with the chorus now. Say, push that force, everybody move to the back of the bus. Do you wanna walk and slump with us? We the type of people make the club get crunk. Say, push that force, everybody move to the back of the bus. Do you wanna walk and slump with us? We the type of people make the club get crunk.
Also, fun fact, they got sued by Rosa Parks for this song. That's a story for another time. So I'm bringing this in because one of the things that we go over in the course is how hip hop is sort of getting into our contemporary conversations. And one of those important conversations has to do with pedagogy and culturally sustaining education. So there are lots of children who are doing lots of important self-making work through hip hop at very young ages, especially now that we have probably 2 parent generations who grew up with hip hop. So yeah, I wanted to bring in a little bit of Jules TV, Three Little Pigs and a Big Bad Wolf, and their Trappery Rhymes series.
Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Not me. That boy is Benny Hanna. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Not me. Not me. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Not me, not me, not me.
What's poppin'? What's shaking? Man, I'm in a mood for bacon.
Everyone on for cover.
Don't make me break in. Don't be scared. You don't have to hide. You don't have to fight. The more you run, the bigger you make my appetite. Your house is made of hay. I blow that down in a major way. It's lunchtime and I ain't came to play. When I huff and puff, it's gon' fade away. I'ma make this quick so I don't need to count down. It's a huff and puff and I'll bring your house down.
Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Not me. Not me. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Not me. Not me. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Not me. Not me. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Not me. Not me. Not me.
It's a little, it's kind of funny, a little, playful, but it does speak to something kind of important, because there are a lot of people who are self-identifying with hip hop and aren't seeing themselves reflected in education, again, from a very young age. And so one of the things that we get into in the course are the politics of how we teach younger people and where we can incorporate hip hop if they are already doing lots of important self-making work through it. And the last song I want to bring in is an acknowledgement of hip hop's international reach. We don't have time in this seating, in this conversation to hit on all of the places where hip hop emerges. But I did want to bring in an example of hip hop being incorporated into international political work. So this group, their name is Faux Show. They have a very complicated relationship to power structures and where they come from and identity where they come from. So their family is from Ethiopia. They're 3 sisters, families from Ethiopia. Their parents immigrated to the Ukraine when they were young, so they grew up in the Ukraine. They are Jewish, and they are currently political refugees because of their advocacy for the Ukraine and the current wars. But before they were refugees, they released this song that was explicitly about their experiences, race and place experiences growing up in the Ukraine. And this actually represented the Ukraine in Eurovision, for those of you who are fans of that. So a little black square from Faux Show.
We are all the same. Don't let your eyes deceive me. Black, 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 black. I'm just like a black square, yeah. Got a lot of legs. you.
Of a giant piece of human faces.
No, Jesus, this mind resonate within the walls of a human being, right? Nah, just stop it, you don't like it. Seriously, it's disgusting, yuck. Has his sword nods to your soul? How about the Mona Lisa? Consider this black triangles, checking from different angles. What does it mean to you? Do you feel nothing that perhaps it is your fault? Well, if it's in the museum, then it must be gold, right? I guess I just saw my type of art. Dude from Kiev, Kazimierz #1 in my chart, yeah.
All right, so that's the last video I'm playing, and I'll just leave you with this. In the course, we get into lots of very complex and sometimes even contradictory discussions related to how people relate through, and use hip hop in presentation and relating to themselves and relating to others. But one of the general takeaways is that hip hop has worked itself into the mundane experiences of many people, and understanding it, it invites us to understand the world that we're navigating just a little bit more intimately. And it's also a bit of an important tale because, as we recall, this all sort of bloomed from the experiences of very marginalized, neglected communities in the Bronx, and it's become something that has gone all over the world. So I will stop there to respect our time, and I welcome any questions. Thank you.
Dr. Holt, I just wanted to ask you, for students who are music majors, obviously they'll have an opportunity to take, your course. But like, let's say there was someone who was outside music that might want to, might have interest in your course. Is that something that's available for students?
So yes, one of the great things, so I'll start with myself. I'm faculty in the music department, but I'm also affiliate faculty in women, gender, and sexuality studies and in Africana studies here. So my courses are often cross-listed in those, and also this course is a fairly big and open course, and yes, I'll just say you don't have to be a music major. Although, so one of the things unique about my course, or I think unique about my course in the world of hip hop courses, is that we do spend a good amount of time talking about the sound of hip hop. So not just the poetic analysis, but how people actually created these beats, with opportunities to create music yourself. And that doesn't require you to be a musician in the technical sense, but well, not really a but, and it invites you to sort of explore your own musicianship in a way that is not necessarily confined to things like reading traditional notation or virtuosity on a standard acoustic instrument.
Yeah, and like, do you find that, like, for example, like you said, like sort of the musicology, the study of musicology, which is kind of what this is in a way, is like very interdisciplinary, like you said. Are there other opportunities within music department to study courses like this?
Yeah, absolutely. So something that actually we just discussed, but I guess the prospective students may not be privy to, we recently shifted the sub department that I'm in to the title Critical Music Studies. It used to be historical musicology, ethnomusicology, and music theory. And the reason why we shifted from those frames to critical music studies is because we all sort of engage in interdisciplinary explorations of music of different styles. So while most of my courses tend to focus on American popular music and, takes on this multifaceted approach there, we have specialists in musics of the ancient world, early music, so music from a few hundred years ago, East Asian music, I could list on and on, but it's the point I'm making is it's not really confined to just me and my subject matter. The music courses here are they put a lot of energy into opening up space for students to explore different styles of music and different having different kind of theoretical and personal frames that they relate to with music. And another really important part of that is that when you go out into the world to places other than just this music department, usually that means there's something that you can kind of take from our department or from our courses and apply them to other even non-music related experiences or moments, if there is a such thing as something non-musical related.
Yeah, no, definitely. I took a course in my graduate studies through the music department. It was a musicology course, and I'm trying to remember the name of the course, but it was very similar to sort of the, what you're teaching in the sense of musicology, where it's a lot of critical thinking. It's a lot of also analyzing culture also, but also the technology too. Piece of it also, like how they use technology in sort of a different way to create something new, which was, or old technology that people were giving up on, they took and they recreated it to make something new out of it. I thought it was always a cool a cool subject to talk about too.
Just to kind of add on to that, there were a lot of people in the Bronx at that time who in the pursuit of the American dream, they're like, I'm going to learn how to, how to use a certain technology. Like I'm going to be a record repairer, or something of that nature. And then when the technology became antiquated, you had these people who had these skills that just weren't in step with where technology was going. And for them to take that moment and repurpose it and find new applications is really, I think, one of the really important things to kind of take away from that. I think there's a lesson in there in finding a use for the knowledge that you have and for the tools that you have available to you, even if it's not what you envisioned.
Absolutely. Anybody have any questions? Let us know, put it in the Q&A chat. Was there anything else you'd like to add, especially too with, in terms of the department and in terms of, students who are, looking to study music, but like what's kind of nice about this is that I think people always assume, oh, we're going to study classical training, and that there's always a place for that. But it's great to know that there's also opportunities to study outside that realm. I know too that I didn't know if you wanted to mention anything about the core curriculum. I was thinking of your course and I'm thinking, oh, this would be great as the art SBC, the Stony Brook curriculum, but this also would be great as a diversity curriculum. Is the course that you're teaching with hip hop a diversity course requirement also? Would that satisfy a student?
Well, so my course is actually the first hip hop focused course that is a part of the core. So it's part of the core curriculum here.
Yeah.
In music. Diversity, there's a paperwork issue that we're working on, but yes, it will be, it will be also offered diversity credit. And, you know, in terms of, so classical music is an important part of my musical background. You know, I was a classical bassist. And, you know, in the courses I usually teach, there's not much of an emphasis on classical music, which isn't a commentary on its significance, right? Classical music is important. I think it's fun. I have fun with some Rimsky-Korsakov, like that's, but that's also kind of my lane of classical music. I'm a bassist, so anybody who makes a fun bass part.
Yeah.
But sometimes, often in let's say musicology, there's been this hyper-emphasis on Western classical music to the detriment of other types of music. And what winds up happening is that other ways of knowing music, or of making music, of engaging with it, kind of fall by the wayside. And so that's one of the reasons why in my course, it's there's such an emphasis on this shifting relationship that varies people's groups of people in various places that they have to hip hop, because it really does, like, you know, when you think critically about how a genre relates, you know, signifies so many different things to so many different people, it really opens up the conversation about how to assess even, you know, composers like Bach or Tchaikovsky. But yes, there are plenty of opportunities to explore traditional Western classical music, and there are opportunities here to explore music that's not just bound to that.
Great. And Paula, thank you. Also meets the it also meets the understand political, economic, social, and cultural history of the United States, which is good, which is our USA requirement too. So it's a double dipper, you know, as we call it. You know, it takes care of a lot of good requirements. And it's fun too, you know, and it's fun to learn about that. I mean, I lived through this, so for me, it's fun just watching those videos and stuff. The fact that it's old school now, it's very, you know, oh my God, I'm old school now, yeah.
Old school, it's trudging along with everything.
Yeah. But I want to thank you, Dr. Holt, for tonight. Thank you so much for sharing this with the students. And I want to thank Paula too for being here from the College of Arts and Sciences, and also Amanda, my colleague in admissions. If you have any other, if students have any questions regarding admissions, anything like that, you could reach us. We always have information sessions, both virtual, and then you could always come for a visit to Stony Brook as well, or we'll be starting our tours back up in February. I think our tours have ended this, or will be ending this week, and our students will be taking finals. I'd like to, you know, thank everybody for being here, and wish you have a nice night and a great rest of your semester, and a safe and healthy, happy holiday. Take care.
Thank you.